Hi guys, this is your weekly horoscope. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a really wonderful Christmas. Now, we start this week on Monday the 26th of December, and the moon goes into Sagittarius at 3:20 in the morning, and there's also a Jupiter and Uranus opposition that only happens once every 14 years, okay? So first of all, the moon being in Sagittarius is very optimistic, it's very hopeful, it's kind of unreasonably optimistic in many ways, and there's a real strong sense of self-belief. Jupiter is the good planet of growth and expansion, and Uranus is really unpredictability and chaos. So the fact that these two big heavy hitters, these two outer planets, are opposing each other really creates an atmosphere of uncertainty where really anything could happen. You know, something positive could really blow up and become wonderful and huge, or something really unexpected and chaotic and problematic could be magnified and become bigger. So it's a period of opposition in the sense that we don't know which way things are going to go, but with the moon in Sagittarius, there's a real underlying feeling of hope and enthusiasm and a belief that things can and will get better. So Monday is all about change, hope, and uncertainty. On Tuesday, the 27th of December, the moon is still in Sagittarius and it now trines Uranus in Aries. It conjuncts another outer planet, Saturn, in Sagittarius, and it sextiles Jupiter in Libra. So it's the poor little moon here in conjunction to all of these huge outer planets that really aren't going anywhere. The moon kind of zips around the chart, changes signs every 2.5 days. So it's really kind of a David and Goliath situation. The connection it makes on this day makes it wonderful for you to plan ahead, especially when you're planning in connection with other people and when you're making plans that involve other people. So get busy and practical with that, and in a very practical way. So sort out the calendar, write the schedule, do all of the to-do stuff, get pen and paper out and actually sit down and do it. On Wednesday, the 28th of December, the moon is now going into Capricorn at 13 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. And also the sun is in Capricorn and it conjuncts Mercury in Capricorn. So we've got a lot of kind of earthy energy going on here. Wednesday is all about practical understanding of your circumstances, continuing to have these wonderful, great organizational skills, and along with that, all the earth energy, there's also a really nice sense of well-being and ease, and when you put your mind to something practical, you have the presence of mind and the physical strength and energy to actually do it. Thursday, the 29th of December, actually, it's a very straightforward week here in the sense that we've got a lot of earthy energy, we've got a lot of kind of sorting things out energy, and it's very much about kind of getting things in place for the year ahead. Thursday the 29th, we've got the new moon in Capricorn at 6:54 a.m. I've made a separate video on the new moon. Have a look at that if you'd really like some in-depth information. But basically, the new moon pulls in even more earthy energy and it urges you to move ahead and move forward in a practical sense. At the same time, the Sun-Mercury conjunction is still active and Uranus goes direct. Uranus being the planet of rebellion and chaos and electricity and energy. When that goes direct, it's all systems go. So it's not just about taking stock and planning, it's about actually doing some of the things that you want to do and making a start now, here at the end of the year. Now on Friday the 30th of December, all of this practical, positive, easy, and it is easy. It's very simple. You're not going to, realize the underlying cause to your childhood trauma when you were. It's not like that. It's very much about here are the facts and figures. Let's look at that. Let's figure that out and do something with it. So on Friday, the moon is in Capricorn. It squares Jupiter in Libra and Uranus in Aries. And an obstacle appears in your planning. An obstacle probably via another person or some news or some reason why you can't do what you're planning to do. So if in 2017 you are now writing the university applications because you want to do the course in chiropractic, it may be that the university comes back to you and says, well, you need the grades, or you read on the website that to apply you need an A in maths or whatever it is. There may be some sort of hurdle and obstacle, That's what it is. It's a hurdle. Don't give up. This isn't the end of the road. Look at what your other areas of, what your other options are, and go around it. Find an alternative. Okay, now on Saturday the 31st of December, we've got New Year's Eve here. The moon goes into Aquarius at 1:30 in the morning, and also there is now a Mars and Neptune conjunction. Mars is in Pisces. I spoke about that last week. Not particularly happy. It's much more inward looking, and Mars likes to get ahead and get on with it. Neptune also in Pisces, very watery, very intuitive. So really watch out for overconsumption here this New Year's Eve, especially when it comes to alcohol and when it comes to drinking your feelings, you know, and really doing something excessive because you feel things excessively. That's what this is all about. You know what's interesting is I'm going to Austria for Christmas, and they have this amazing tradition. If you go to Salzburg on, I think, New Year's Day, or no, New Year's Eve in the afternoon, they have these mountains around Salzburg. The city is like in this little valley, and it's surrounded by mountains, and they put cannons on each of the mountains and they start firing them, and the thinking behind that is to get rid of the ghosts of the last year. So they shoot out 2016, they get rid of all the negativity and they blast it away. And I love that because it's the opposite to Mars in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces, because rather than sit there and say, oh, woe is me, let me drink another drink and have another martini and just really feel sorry for myself, it's much more about, okay, let's clear this out, let's get rid of all the junk, and let's look ahead, and let's push through the obstacles, and let's make this the best year ever. It's super, super positive. And then they have another tradition in Austria that on the 1st of January, you're not allowed to hang up your wet sheets to dry, because all the ghosts that are now fleeing and leaving because they've been cannoned out of the way could get stuck in your sheets. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to put out wet clothing to dry on the 1st, because you're blocking your progress in a kind of symbolic way, and I love that. My grandmother stuck to that religiously. So that's really the frame of mind to get in touch with, because we are now at the very verge of the old year, new year. 2017, really about making things happen, getting things moving. On Sunday, the 1st of January, the Mars-Neptune conjunction continues. So we're starting this year with a kind of astrological hangover a little bit, because these two coming together, it's very much about fuzziness and looking inward, and it's not all systems go. So you've got to kind of do that for yourself a little bit. The moon is also in Aquarius on the 1st. It trines Jupiter in Libra, and it conjuncts Venus in Aquarius. So beyond or amidst this kind of sense of being hungover emotionally, physically, there's also a sense of excitement and inspiration and looking forward to what's to come in this new year and making a fresh start. So it's a very practical and optimistic week. Like anything on planet Earth, it's not 100% perfect. If obstacles do appear, don't let them put you off too much and just find a way around it. So that's the week. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch with me via my website. I can draw up your birth chart based on your place of birth, time of birth, and date of birth, place of birth, and time of birth. There we go. And I can look at the sky at the moment you were born and how these transits and influences affect you specifically. So the website is gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe, and I'll speak to you next week. What feels comfortable, and Libra is about being able to create positive, harmonious relationships and building a bridge between you and other people. If you're single, you